All right, let's dive into something huge today. We're talking about one of the most exciting frontiers out there, how artificial intelligence is beginning to predict the future of our health.
I mean, just stop and really think about that for a second. What if we could see an illness coming not just days but years before you even feel a thing? It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but believe it or not, it's happening right now.
That's right. Thanks to some absolutely incredible breakthroughs, AI is essentially giving us a crystal ball for our own bodies. We're finally starting to move away from just reacting to sickness and toward actually predicting it. So how on earth is this even possible?
Well, let's kick things off with what might be the most mind-blowing part of all this: AI's power to see devastating diseases coming long before a person even knows they're sick.
So, let's look at a real game changer, a new AI-powered blood test for Parkinson's disease. Now, usually, we only diagnose Parkinson's after the symptoms have already shown up, which means, the neurological damage has already begun. This new approach could flip that whole script.
So you're probably asking, how accurate is it? Well, get this. In a study that ran for a decade, the test hit a 79% accuracy rate in predicting which people would go on to develop Parkinson's. For a test that's trying to see years into the future, that's just staggering.
But here's where it gets truly wild. The AI was able to make this call up to 7 years before the first clinical symptoms ever appeared. 7! Let that sink in for a moment. That's not just a little heads up. That is a massive window of opportunity to potentially intervene.
So what's the secret sauce here? Well, at its core, it's pretty clever. The AI just scans a regular old blood sample. It's looking for very specific patterns among proteins, kind of like a detective looking for clues. In this case, clues related to inflammation. And if it finds the right pattern, boom, it can calculate the odds of the disease developing way down the road.
And this quote just nails it. This really gets to the heart of the matter. The ultimate goal here isn't just to know what's coming. It's about opening the door for new treatments that could potentially slow a disease down, or heck, maybe even stop it in its tracks before it ever really takes hold.
Okay, so that's a long-term disease. But this kind of predictive power isn't only for things years away. It's also being used to improve how we handle immediate, life-threatening conditions, like pneumonia. Researchers are using AI to get a much clearer picture of how severe a case is going to be, right from the get-go.
Now, the traditional way doctors gauge pneumonia severity involves using scoring systems, like one called CURB-65. It looks at things like confusion, blood pressure, age. It's effective, but it has its limits. The new approach is like giving doctors a superpower. It adds another layer by having an AI analyze the patient's chest X-ray directly, where it can spot subtle patterns that the human eye might miss.
And what's really smart is that the best model doesn't just throw out the old methods. Not at all. It enhances them. It takes that trusted CURB-65 score, combines it with other critical data like the patient's oxygen needs, and then, here's the key, it adds in its own score from the X-ray analysis. It's this fusion of human-led assessment and machine analysis that leads to way better predictions.
All right, so we've covered prediction. Now let's shift gears a little and talk about diagnosis. Because AI isn't just predicting, it's also creating totally new tools that make our diagnostic process sharper, faster, and way more accessible. For example, let's talk about cell analysis. If you want to train an AI to spot diseases at a microscopic level, you need a massive library of images. And not just any images, you need pictures where a human expert has painstakingly outlined every single cell. As you can imagine, this takes forever and is a huge bottleneck for research. So, researchers at UC Santa Cruz came up with a brilliant solution. They built an AI called CGAN-SEG, and its only job is to create perfect, fake cell images. It's basically an AI artist that can generate an endless supply of ideal training material for other AIs. So you have an AI training another AI to be better at saving lives. How cool is that?
And this push for better tools isn't just happening in labs with microscopes. It's also extending to mental health, where there's a huge need for faster and more scalable ways to screen people. Check this out. Researchers at the University of Cincinnati developed a system that can predict anxiety with up to 81% accuracy, and it does it in just minutes. All a person has to do is rate a series of pictures that are designed to evoke emotion. The AI takes those ratings, combines them with some basic demographic data, and then analyzes the patterns in their judgments to assess anxiety levels. It's fast, it's accessible, and it could be a total game changer for early screening.
So we've seen prediction, we've seen diagnosis, but what happens when these incredible tools actually leave the lab and enter the real world of patient care?
Well, it's already happening, for real. A primary care provider called KnownWell recently acquired Alfie Health, a clinic that uses a powerful AI platform for obesity management. This shows that AI-driven care isn't just some concept for the future. It's becoming a core part of business and treatment strategy today.
So what does this AI actually do for the patient? The Alfie Health platform dives deep into their medical history and generates a deeply personalized plan. And this isn't some generic diet you could find online. No, this is a whole strategy, combining tailored behavioral counseling, specific nutrition coaching, and precise exercise recommendations, all built just for them.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. When you put all these pieces together, the prediction, the diagnosis, the treatment, what does this new era of medicine really look like?
It really all points to a fundamental shift. We're moving away from a system that basically just waits for you to get sick. Instead, AI is helping create a future that is predictive, so we can see what's coming, proactive, so we can act on that knowledge, and deeply personalized, so the care you get is tailored specifically to you.
Now, this is really just the beginning, and it brings up a fascinating question for all of us. As you think about everything we've just talked about, what's the one area that really sparks your curiosity the most?
Is it the incredible power of early detection, maybe stopping diseases like Parkinson's in their tracks? Or how about the promise of faster, more accessible mental health care? What about getting a treatment plan that is literally built from the ground up just for you? Or that amazing idea of AI helping us see diseases better at the cellular level? It's a future that's arriving a lot faster than we think. Thanks for watching.